Good evening once again from Joliet, Illinois, and the University of St. Francis, where the Fighting Saints take on the Titans of Indiana University South Bend in a CCAC matchup. I'm Terry Bonadonna on the call of today's game as the Fighting Saints try to make it 11 consecutive wins. They got a scare on Saturday, but pulled out a last-second victory over Indiana Northwest. On that same day, St. Xavier lost, which means that St. Francis entering today has a 2-game lead as the conference leaders. We'll see if they can add to that lead with a victory over Indiana South Bend. They defeated South Bend in Indiana last month, so they're trying to finish the season 2-0 against the Titans. Merrick Small against Nick Mullen on the opening tip, and it's won by Indiana South Bend. The Titans in red go from left to right, the Saints in gold from right to left for the first half of today's game. Nick Mullen sets up the offense from the center position. Give it off to Quintez Columbus, and Columbus gets our scoring started. St. Francis takes their opening possession. Delshawn Sims and Joffrey Nunnally in the backcourt, along with Ramel Davis, Merrick Small, and Aitor Anabadarte. Sims over to Davis. Davis finds Anabadarte in the middle. Kicked into the corner. It's Joffrey Nunnally on the drive. Nunnally looking for help. Anabadarte outside, bounced down low, knocked away, and stolen by Quintez Columbus. Columbus is joined by Kyle Millender, the guards for Indiana South Bend. Their forwards are Colin Schmidt, Jalen Petty, and Nick Mullen, who's got the ball. He swings it around to the left side. This is Jalen Petty. Petty has it stripped by Davis and taken away. Saints force the turnover. Ramel Davis gives it up to Aitor Anabadarte, driving right down the lane, but he took a step first. Traveling is the call against the Spaniard, senior for St. Francis in his 3rd season playing for the Fighting Saints. It's his 5th year on the roster, but he missed 2 complete seasons due to injury. He has not played 2 consecutive seasons for the Saints. Here's Quintez Columbus, a little floater up to Mullen. Mullen can't finish, second chance, knocked out of his hands, got it back. 3rd chance, this is Colin Schmidt missing the 3. Rebound to Anabadarte. Davis gives it to Delshawn Sims up top. Davis again, down low to Merrick Small. Small cross court to Joffrey Nunnally. Nunnally, open look for 3, no. A rare miss for Nunnally when he's that open. One of the better 3-point shooters in the country this season. Came in shooting 49% from the outside. Here's Jalen Petty. Petty gets it back at the top, fires a 3 in the face of Merrick Small and drains it. 5-0 South Bend lead. 2nd straight game that the Saints have gotten off to a slow offensive start. They went about 4 minutes to open up Saturday's game before they scored for the first time. 2.5 minutes today so far. Joffrey Nunnally on the wing, bounces to the baseline, and Anabadarte. Aitor Anabadarte fires it to Sims, who goes up high to catch it. Fires the 3 with the shot clock running down, no good. Great defense so far today from the Titans. They've made things difficult on USF. This is Quintez Columbus. Columbus splits the defense, gets inside, kicks it into the corner. Saints defense held their own there. South Bend forced to reset. This is Mullins. Pass to Kyle Millender. Back to Nick Mullen, 3-pointer, yes. Second made 3 for the Titans. And right off the bat, it's an 8-0 lead for Indiana South Bend. Sims around to screen, over to Davis. Davis steps inside the 3-point arc, back to Delshawn Sims. A little 2-man game. Davis, high arcer is good over Mullen. And Ramel Davis gets St. Francis on the board after 3.5 scoreless minutes. See if that lights a fire under them as they trail by 6. A couple of 3-pointers made by South Bend already today. Here's Quintez Columbus working inside against the St. Francis big man, pulled back out. Big size advantage for the Saints defender. Columbus trying to take him off the dribble, but Anabadarte was able to hold up. Shot clock at 4. Petty, deep three, missed it. Rebound goes to Merrick Small. St. Francis gets a stop following their score. Now trying to go on a run of their own. It's Ramel Davis on the wing. Looking down low. Instead, he gives it to the top of the key, and Delshawn Sims lobbed in for Anabadarte. Back to Sims, who resets the possession near the half-court logo. Shot clock is at 6 for Ramel Davis. Davis bounces out to Nunnally. Joffrey Nunnally steps back on Petty. Cross court, shot clock violation. Nunnally wanted to get the shot off, but Petty was right in his face. And so Nunnally decided not to shoot. He passed it instead, and it was too late to pass. IUSB's defense doing a real number on St. Francis so far today. Columbus penetrates, kicks it out to Mullen. Nick Mullen loses the ball. It's picked up by Nunnally, and Nunnally's foul. 15:09 to play first half. 6-point lead for the Titans. And Ramel Davis will inbound from half court with the shot clock reset to 30. Nunnally gets the screen off to Davis into the corner. Delshawn Sims. Sims out to Nunnally. Long three-pointer off the rim. Rebound Aitor Anabadarte. Second chance St. Francis. Davis goes up with it short. And this time the rebound is secured by IUSB. It's Kyle Millender setting up the possession for the Titans. Millender crosses over on Sims. Gets inside. Fires into the corner. Three-pointer Schmidt rattles it home. Colin Schmidt, the freshman from Plainfield, Indiana, has his first 3 points. That's already the third made three for Indiana South Bend. Great start today for the Titans. St. Francis, on the other hand, hasn't been able to get anything to go. Sims to Nunnally. Swung around to the right wing. It's Ramel Davis. Saints moving it side to side. Down to the corner, Anabadarte double teamed. Shot clock at 3, he throws it away. Petty has the interception. Jalen Petty backing in on Delshawn Sims one-on-one. Good defense from Sims. Back outside, and the Titans re-rack it. It's Millender driving on Small, out to Mullen. Mullen to Millender on the wing. Shot clock at 7. Columbus gets Nunnally to bite on the fake, and he works his way inside for 2. Second bucket for Quintez Columbus. He's got 4 points. All Indiana South Bend so far, and there's a steal. Schmidt jumps the passing lane. Indiana South Bend gets to set up their offense. Here's Petty on the drive and kick to Mullen. Columbus has done a great job of getting inside today. This time he misses at the rim, though, and Anabadarte grabs the rebound. Down by 11. St. Francis is trying to get themselves back into this thing before the timeout, which will come up at the next stoppage. Merrick Small, jump stop, kicks it into the corner. Nunnally, 3-ball, and the Saints needed that one. They got it from Joffrey Nunnally. First three-pointer of the game for the Fighting Saints. They're back within 8. Millender down low, going one-on-one with Nunnally. He lays it in. Good drive by Kyle Millender. All 5 starters have scored now for Indiana South Bend. Columbus is the only one with more than 1 field goal. Everybody else is exactly 1. Anabadarte out to Davis. Ramel Davis for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound grab by Jalen Petty. Relatively rare three-point attempt for Davis, who shoots a high percentage, but a low-volume three-point shooter. Millender dishes off to Petty, who's blocked at the rim by Anabadarte. Here come the Saints. Davis gives it to Anabadarte. Nearly traveled, but he was able to hold his back foot. Sims, corner 3, short. Fight for the loose ball, won by IUSB. 10-point lead for the Titans. Saints have been very aggressive from the outside. Not shooting it very well so far. High off the glass, that's good for Quintez Columbus. And Ryan Marks wants a timeout. See if Ryan Marks makes any changes. Yeah, Aitor Anabadarte is back in. That's the only one. Connor Casper to the bench. So 9 reserves, 1 starter out there at the moment. Andrew Hedgepeth drives, kicks it, stolen by Anabadarte. Now leading the break for the Fighting Saints. Gets into the paint, kicks it out to Nigo. And the Fighting Saints set up their offense. Good job by IUSB, forcing them into a half-court game. Don Joachim along the baseline. Trap, looking for help. Able to find Richardson. Nice bounce to Ben Fatz. Fatz is stripped and a foul called on Kyle Holabegi. 7:59 to play first half. Just the second foul on IUSB. First on Holabegi. Richardson into Nigo. Three-pointer is good. Second three of the game for Nigo. Back to a single-digit deficit. Brown trying to change that. On the run, can't finish. Saints moving quickly the other direction. Richardson gives it to Nigo. Nigo, the offensive star so far with his 2 threes. Gives it up. It's Joachim. Don Joachim drives from the wing. Layup is good. Beautiful drive from Don Joachim. St. Francis on a little bit of a run here. They've scored 8 consecutive points and have pulled to within 7. Hedgepeth spins, kicks it outside. Brown, open 3. It's good. Titans penetrated there. They drew the defense in. Pass was sent out to Holabegi. He had a wide open 3 if he wanted it. But instead, he gave it to Brown, and Brown knocked down the 3. There's Joachim with the little turnaround. Don Joachim has picked up his offensive game the last couple of contests. He's got 4 points today. Strong performance on Saturday as well. Burnett gives it to Holabegi, spins into the paint, and he travels. Saints have taken over momentum here. They're still down by 8 points. They were down by 15, though. They've gotten their crowd into it a little bit more. Richardson and Anabadarte work to get it across half court. Here's Sean Richardson from half court. Lob down low for Anabadarte, deflected away and stolen by Indiana South Bend. Here's Deshaun Burnett down to the corner, gets it right back. Brown hands it to Hedgepeth. Hedgepeth fires underneath the basket. It's off the hand of Deshaun Burnett and out of bounds. Rest of the starters return to the floor for IUSB. St. Francis brings Joffrey Nunnally and Delshawn Sims back into the game. 8-point deficit for the home team. They've got the ball. Sims at half court. Lets the offense get set up. Walks it to the right. Nunnally right back to Sims. Swung around to Nigo. Another 3-point attempt. Off the rim. Rebound Anabadarte. Anabadarte stuck underneath the basket. Gives it to Ben Fatz. Fatz fights it up and draws the foul. 5:38 to go first half. Ben Fatz looking for free throws. St. Francis has just 2 points in the paint so far today for a team that makes a living inside. These will not count as points in the paint, assuming he gets them, but set up by a pass right underneath the basket. Ben Fatz misses the first free throw. So that was just a rare interior touch for a Fighting Saints big man that is leading to even a chance of scoring, even though he did miss the first foul shot. Fatz is at 70% for the year coming in. He makes 1 of 2. St. Francis's bench today has contributed 11 of their 16 points. Millender spins into the paint, comes up short. Rebound grabbed by the Saints. Sims pushes it ahead. Nunnally. Back to Sims. Trying to feed Fats, but it's knocked away. Pass came in a little bit too soft. Mullen to the top of the key. Jalen Petty knocks down another three. Petty's got 6 points. The lead is back up to 10 after the Saints had gone from 15 down to 7. Ben Fats gives it to Joffrey Nunnally. Sims right back to Nunnally. And he traveled. Double dribble, whatever you want to call it. It's an illegal move. Now they're looking to get some defensive stops. Easier said than done. IUSB is shooting lights out. 6 for 9 from three-point range so far today. When you consider that number along with the turnover numbers for St. Francis, it's kind of a wonder it's not a bigger deficit right now than it is. Mullen hands it off to Millender. Lobbed back for Mullen, and a foul is called on St. Francis. Goes against Aitor Arte. He grabbed at Nick Mullen on his way towards the rim. So they're going to call it a shooting foul. It's an interesting call because Mullen wasn't shooting. He was receiving a pass that would have become a shot. I guess it kind of did become a shot. It was essentially an alley-oop as Mullen makes the first free throw. He caught it and then laid it up in one motion. The foul was committed as the pass was coming in. He goes 2 for 2. But it does become a shooting foul, and it becomes a 12-point game. Delshawn Sims gives it to Ramel Davis. Over to the wing, Merrick Small. Arte with 6 to shoot. Is fouled on the reach from Colin Schmidt. First foul on Schmidt. Neither team is in the bonus with just under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Sims inbounds to Small. Merrick Small gets his man in the air, puts it up and misses. The rebound goes to Mullen. Small is looking for his first points of the game still. Saints continue to struggle on the inside against this zone. Columbus kicks outside. Schmidt in the corner. Works his way underneath, then back out to Millender. Shot clock at 6. Columbus finds Schmidt. Deep three from Colin Schmidt. Missed. And rebounded by Delshawn Sims. Davis bounces low for Small. Double team right back outside. Arte trapped in the corner. Tries to work his way out of it. Finds Ramel Davis open in the paint. Davis misses the open shot. Rebound goes to IUSB. Millender sets it up. Fires inside for Petty. Petty over Arte. Yes. So with the starting 5 on the floor, this has been all IUSB. They continue to dominate, stretching the lead back to 14. 7 consecutive points. Arte working hard against Mullen. Blocked from behind by Petty. Big block, Jalen Petty. And the Titans have a chance to take their biggest lead of the night. Millender into the corner for Schmidt, and Colin Schmidt misses on the 3. Here comes Delshawn Sims ahead for Nunnally. Nunnally turns on the Jets and lays it in. Beautiful drive by Joffrey Nunnally. Saints needed the points. They got them. Now they need a stop with just over 2 minutes to play in the first half. Got that too. Well defended by Arte as Columbus tried to go up over him. Nunnally for 3. No. And Schmidt grabs the rebound after a quick shot. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. Millender works his way inside on Nunnally, blocked out of bounds. Nice help defense from Aitor Anabadarte. Ben Fatz checks in. Merrick Small heads to the bench. 12-point game. Saints would like to get within 10 before halftime. That won't help matters. A foul called on Joffrey Nunnally. It won't particularly hurt either. It's only the first foul on Nunnally. Saints still had 3 fouls to give. So IUSB's not getting free throws out of this. They'll reset the shot clock and inbound from the same exact spot. Petty fires it over to his left. It's Millender up top to Mullen. 10 to shoot for Petty. Petty's been a hot shooter. He fires off to his right. Quintez Columbus step back for 3. Off the rim. Rebounded by Davis. Saints basketball. Sims back to the logo. We approach the 1 minute mark to play in the first half. Delshawn Sims to Joffrey Nunnally. Bounced into the post. Ben Fatz trapped. Throws it up for Sims. 8 on the shot clock. It's Davis. Nunnally drives from the wing. Pull up from the baseline. Nunnally knocks it down. 7 points for Joffrey Nunnally. St. Francis has indeed cut it down to 10. Looking for one more stop before halftime. Quintez Columbus gets the screen. It's a moving screen on Colin Schmidt. Foul called. The ball goes back to St. Francis, and they could take the final possession of the half if they want it. So they were down by as many as 15. But they do have the opportunity here to make it a single-digit deficit going into halftime. Nick Nego checks in. Got an extra shooter on the floor. Delshawn Sims takes his time. Less than a second separate the shot and game clocks. So the Saints will hold on for one final play. Sims to Fatz. Back to Sims. 3 seconds on the clock. Sims has to get it up. And he doesn't. It's not enough time. So it's a shot clock violation against the Fighting Saints, and they will take the last 0.4 of a second off. Target on your back. And of course, second time in any head-to-head matchup is always going to be more difficult. Ryan Marks switching his lineup up to start the second half. He's got Sean Richardson, Don Joachim, Ben Fatz all out there, and Joffrey Nunnally still doing his thing. He hits another 3. It's his 3rd of the game. Nunnally leads St. Francis. He's got 10 points now. Correct myself, he's got his second 3-pointer of the game. 4 field goals overall. As that 3 misses, offensive rebound. Schmidt was blocked by Joachim. Got it back. Into the corner, Colin Schmidt. Schmidt drives. Looking for help. He's able to get it away. 7 on the shot clock. Wide open jumper, Kyle Millender hits the 3. It was a good defensive possession for St. Francis for about 40 seconds. And then with the shot clock running down, they're able to hit the jumper. Ryan Marks claiming his foot was on the line. They do officially call it a 3-pointer. So it's an 11-point lead for Indiana South Bend. 7 of 13 from beyond the arc today. They were 6 of their first 9. They missed their final 3 3-pointers of the first half, but still shooting well over 50%. It's a really good shooting team. Both of them are. Don Joachim streaks to the basket and lays it in. These are 2 of the most efficient offenses in the country. Corner 3, Jalen Petty. Missed it. Rebound, tipped around, knocked out of bounds. Saints ball.
Out of bounds, Saints basketball.
Didn't look like 2 of the most efficient offenses in the country in the first half. It looked like one of the most efficient offenses, and St. Francis shot just 40%, turned the ball over 11 times in the first half. Off to a good start in the second half. They've scored on each of their first 2 possessions. Don Jokin puts the ball behind his back, bounces down low. Ben Fatz, tough position against Mullen, can't finish. Second chance, blocked out of bounds by Colin Schmidt. Ball stays with the Fighting Saints. Third opportunity on this possession. Ben Fatz missed the first shot, got it back, got blocked, and now a third opportunity. Sean Richardson up to Nunnally. Down low, Aitor Anabarate, team's leading scorer this year, still looking for his first 2 points of the game, but he throws it away. It's his 5th turnover of the day. Quintez Columbus loses it, knocked out of bounds, and it'll belong to IUSB. Sean Richardson tried to save it, but he was still hovering in the air as he pulled that ball in. He had not reestablished position in bounds. So IUSB basketball, they're going to fix the shot clock here. It's at 26. Quintez Columbus is the inbounder. Petty. Jokum tried to poke it away. Here's Millender. Millender works his way in tight, back out to Schmidt. 3-pointer is good for Colin Schmidt. Schmidt makes his second 3 of the game, and halftime did nothing to slow down the hot hands of IUSB. 8 3-pointers already today for the Titans. They're shooting them at 50%. The lead is back to 11. Nunnally up to Richardson. Don Jokum stepped down the sideline. South Bend basketball. So far in the second half, the Saints have cleaned up the offense a little bit, but the Titans offense is still going strong. The alley-oop to Nick Mullen makes it 38-25. Biggest lead for the Titans today has been 15 points. Anabarate gives it up to Richardson. Here's Nunnally. Back to Richardson. Nunnally wide open for 3. There it is. Joffrey Nunnally, 13 points. Saints are hanging around because they're hitting their shots in this second half. So that's been a big difference. But IUSB has not slowed down their offensive rhythm. Mullen thought about the deep shot. Instead, he passes it off to Schmidt. There's the little runner, and I think we're going to get basket interference here. Ball was still on the rim. So no points for IUSB. Saints get the stop. Three minutes, 50 seconds have gone by in the second half. 10-point game. It was a 10-point game at halftime. Each side has scored 8. Joffrey Nunnally has done the lion's share of the scoring for St. Francis. He was the team's leader in the first half. And now he's got 6 points here in the second as well. Nunnally tries to fling it all the way across to Richardson, but it's intercepted. Taken right back by the Saints, and Anabarate saves it from going backcourt. Anabarate drives, bounces to Ben Fatz. It's knocked loose, and Petty gets the steal. Here's Jalen Petty on the offensive end for South Bend. Giving up to Colin Schmidt. Petty puts it on the floor underneath the basket. 5 to shoot for Millender. Millender gets around Nunnally, throws it away. It was deflected by Ben Fatz. Saints get a steal. It's become a battle of turnovers over the last few minutes. See if the Saints can get it down to single digits before the next timeout. Joe Kim bounces into Fatz, back outside Nunnally. Anabarate Ben Fatz at the elbow, spins around Mullins, picked up by Schmidt. Can't come up with the shot, and Mullen grabs the rebound. Technical foul assessed to Ryan Marks. So whatever Marks said down on the sideline was enough to give IUSB some free throws here. It'll be 2 shots for Jalen Petty. First foul called against either time. This has been a really clean game. First half featured only 9 total fouls, and that's the first one of the second half. Saints do a lot of their damage from the free throw line. They have not been able to get the calls today. They're going to have a really hard time coming back here if they can't get them. 14:39 to play, second half, timeout. IUSB shooting 50% from three-point range. That's probably enough right there, statistically speaking, to tell you why the score is what it is. One team's shooting 50% on threes. The other team's turned it over 15 times. You wouldn't expect it to be all that tight, and it's not right now. Plenty of time for the Saints to make a run. They need to get some stops first. Knocked away by Richardson. Columbus gets it back, and he hands it to Millender. Millender drives and kicks. It's Mullen, deep three with the shot clock running down. No good. Rebound grab by Nigo. It's not a shot that IUSB would have wanted, but with the shot clock at 4, Mullen decided to give it a go. It's a good three-point shooter. That's long range, and it was with a hand in his face. Nigo swings it around. Nunnally, long three for him. No good. Columbus gives to Millender. Down low for Colin Schmidt, and Schmidt was held by Nick Nigo. Foul called on the Fighting Saints.
St. Francis foul number 5, Nick Nigo, his first, 2 second.
Substitutions for St. Francis. Delshawn Sims, Merrick Small, Ramel Davis all coming into the game. Your starters coming back onto the floor. Aitor Abadarte grabs a seat. Ryan Marks very rarely switches up his lineup, but they've missed their last handful, or 3 of their last 4. They're under 50% now from three-point range. Aitor Anabadarte's first free throw is good. Anabadarte won a perfect 18 for 18 from the free throw line on Saturday. That was a school record. It would have been the second time this year that he set that record, except for the fact that the first time he did it was in an exhibition game. Anabadarte goes 2 for 2. 48-38 our score. Indiana South Bend's lead is back to 10. Columbus backs up, guarded by Joachim. Over to Burnett, down to the corner, Brown. Here's Columbus. Up top, three-pointer, Burnett, way off. And a foul called on the loose ball. We're going the other way. Didn't see what happened. I just saw the end of the play. Anabadarte lying on the floor. There was some contact with Kyle Holabegi. Whistle early in this play. I think might be a clock issue. Maybe not. I'm not sure. The official blew the whistle, pointed at the scorer's table. And now St. Francis is going to inbound again. So I'm not sure why play was stopped there, but we're ready to keep it going. Sims tried to thread the needle between 2 defenders. A risky pass, and the risk was not worth it. Intercepted. Columbus at the top, fires off to Brown in the corner. Sean Brown works his way in, loses the ball out of bounds. Anabadarte defended him, but he didn't force that steal. Brown just kind of lost the ball on his own. So a turnover committed by IUSB, and now St. Francis once again has the chance to pull within single digits. Sims gives to Nigo. Back to Delshawn Sims. Working around the perimeter. Joachim. High posts, Ramel Davis. Davis traveled. Took a little hop at the end of the play. And so St. Francis coughs it up. Turnovers have been the story of the day. That's 18 of them committed by St. Francis today. And every time it feels like they're making a play defensively and the door is open to gain that momentum and force IUSB to backpedal a little bit. They shoot themselves in the foot. Brown, stripped by Anabadarte. The loose ball picked up by Don Joachim. Joachim ahead for Davis. Davis, layup, yes. There you go, it's an 8-point game, and this is as close as the Saints have been in a while. Columbus pull up from just inside the free throw line is good. When you let Quintez Columbus get in the paint, he'll make you pay. He's been doing it all night. A whistle after the play. Don't think we're getting a foul called here. We do have substitutions. Sean Richardson is back in for the Fighting Saints. Davis walks it across half court, gives it to Richardson. Don Joachim back to Richardson. Little two-man game on the outside. Joachim works his way in, back out to Richardson. Three-pointer is good. Sean Richardson makes it 50-43. Richardson's 10th made three-pointer this year. Columbus in response, knocks down a three of his own. It's been the Quintez Columbus show for IUSB today, and he extends the lead back to 10. Timeout call. Saints ball. 7:22 to play. Sean Richardson lines it up. Richardson over to Joachim. Cross court, Nigo. Nigo makes the catch, fires into the paint for Davis. Out to Joachim. Joachim circles the basket. And now he fires the three off the pass from Richardson. No good. Anabadarte goes up strong for the rebound and lays it in. His first field goal today. Fresh off the 37-point performance on Saturday. He's got 4 now in this game. Back to an 8-point game. Burnett gets it back from Millender. Millender again, 5 to shoot. Burnett has to fire the three, and he misses it. Rebound grab by Aitor Anabadarte. Long pass down the floor for Nick Nigo, and Nigo pulls it back outside. Probably the smartest decision for the sophomore. Joachim in the paint for Davis. Davis working against Mullen, lays it up, no, but a foul called. And Ramel Davis is going to the free throw line to try to pull St. Francis as close as they've been since it was 8-2. 2 foul shots coming up. Davis is 1 for 1 so far today from the line. These are a couple of big ones right here. An 80% shooter for the season. First shot here is good. 53-46. Saints trying to make the run in the second half and keep that 2-game lead, at least 2-game lead in the conference. Came in 2 games up on Indiana Northwest, who they beat on Saturday, and St. Xavier, who they beat on this floor 2 weeks ago. Davis goes 2 for 2. 53-47. I don't know if I would call this a must-score possession for the Titans, but They need something to happen soon to make themselves feel good because St. Francis is really cutting into it. Schmidt hands it to Columbus. This has been the guy to make things happen all night, but here he has it stripped by Richardson. Ball picked up by Mullen. On the broken play, Petty finds an open three from the corner. Sometimes that's the best thing that can happen to you. Ball gets knocked loose, everybody scrambles, the defenders lose their assignments. And once IUSB got the ball back, Petty was wide open for three. Back to a 9-point game. Aitor Anabadarte is fouled, and he'll go to the line. 13 points now for Jalen Petty. 17 for Quintez Columbus. St. Francis' leaders, Joffrey Nunnally with 13 points, currently on the bench. Aitor Anabadarte at the line. There haven't been a lot of free throws in today's game. There were only 4 combined in the first half. There have been 8 combined in the second half. And the two teams have only missed 1 total foul shot. Anabadarte hasn't missed from the free throw line in a few games. He's got 6 points, 56-49 our score, 5:16 to play. Nunnally back on the floor for the Fighting Saints. Mullen hands it off to Millender. Millender drives left side, got it, and a foul. Big play by Millender.
St. Francis foul number 3, Joffrey Nunnally, his second, team's fourth. Millender.
Foul called on Nunnally. Timeout on the floor, 4:57 to play.
It's a media.
Free throws here for Millender, just 1 free throw. And he makes it. Still just 1 foul shot has been missed in the game. St. Francis is 8 of 9. And IUSB is 5 of 6. 5 of 5, sorry. Joachim in the corner. Lobs it down low for Anabadarte, and he's fouled. So that'll send him to the free throw line. The Saints are in the bonus. And Aitor Anabadarte will get a 1-and-1. We get a 1-and-1. I've been talking all game about how good the free throw shooting has been. Now would not be the time to start missing. Big first shot for Aitor. And he makes it. 1 more coming up. Two for 2. So after not scoring in the first half, he's creeping in on double digits. He's got 8 points in the game. Under 5 minutes to go. Saints need a few stops. This is Columbus. Columbus kicks it out to Mullen. Good look for Mullen, and he missed it. It's the best look that Nick Mullen, I think, has gotten from the outside all game. Saints catch a little bit of a break on that miss. Here's Anabadarte. Good drive, no finish. Davis saves it, but right to Jalen Petty. So the Saints got their stop, but they weren't able to capitalize on the other end, and now Schmidt misses the layup. Foul called on the floor well after the shot missed. A shove called on Aitor Anabadarte. Just the 5th on the team, so it will not send IUSB to the free throw line. That's tough, though, for St. Francis. Looked like they had a break going. And instead, ball goes back to the Titans. Inbounded to Jalen Petty, another 3-point attempt. That's been his spot tonight, but he missed it that time. Nunnally out and running the other way. Stripped from behind by Schmidt, but a foul call. Foul called on Schmidt is his 4th. Nunnally now has 2 free throws coming up. And he again can cut it to 6. Schmidt missed the layup on one end. Called for the foul on the other. First free throw is good for Nunnally. Well, the layup was on the previous possession before the foul, and then a missed three. Those are two good looks for the Titans. They got a layup from Schmidt and then an open three for Petty. He's been knocking them down all night. But they came up empty, and so St. Francis has been getting the stops they've needed. Next step, obviously, scoring on this end of the floor, and they do. 2 points, 59-53. That's 15 for Nunnally, a new season high for him. Now St. Francis's bench trying to get the crowd into it. Columbus to Schmidt. Petty slows it down, 12 to shoot. He gets the screen, makes his move, passes back to Schmidt. Shot clock is at 4 for Jalen Petty. He'll try to make a play, step back three, no good. Fight for the rebound, grabbed by Aitor Anabadarte. Saints ball down 6, 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Richardson slows down the offense for St. Francis. Fired down low, looking for Davis. An ill-advised pass intercepted. Columbus blows by Richardson and misses the layup. That's the second missed layup in the last couple of minutes for IUSB. Davis is blocked from behind by Schmidt. Fast-paced these last few moments. It will be St. Francis ball underneath the hoop. Richardson inbounds to Anabadarte. Back to Richardson in the corner. Swung around to Don Joachim on the wing. 12 to shoot. Richardson looking inside. Can't find anybody down there. Richardson will try to take it in himself. Back out to Joachim. Don Joachim drives. Shot clock running down. Shovel to Davis. And Davis scores with the shot clock at 1. St. Francis is as close as they've been since it was 5-0. 59-55. I guess technically as close as they've been since it was 2-0. And Don Joachim is called for the foul. First foul on Joachim. It is just number 6 on St. Francis. So IUSB not going to the line just yet. Columbus gets the screen. Columbus drives, dishes it off to Mullen. Beautiful feed from Columbus, and Mullen finishes to make it a 6-point game. 61-55, just over 2 minutes to play. St. Francis almost has to score on every possession going forward. Joachim cross court to Nunnally. Bounced in the paint to Aitor Anabadarte. Reverse layup is a wild miss. Rebound grabbed by Mullen. And now IUSB can take another 30 seconds off the clock. Richardson goes for the steal and gets called for the foul.
St. Francis foul number 4, Sean Richardson, his first, team 7th.
So 1-1 coming up from the line for IUSB.
Cortez Columbus at the line for the 1-0.
And that foul is not necessarily the worst thing for the Saints. It stops the clock, and it is a 1-1, so if Columbus misses the first, it'll turn out to have been a great foul, but Columbus is a good free throw shooter, 74%. And he's been the best player on the floor, I think, tonight. Columbus makes the first foul shot. 62-55, 99 seconds to play in the game. Second one is good. Saints need a bucket here. Davis works around Mullen, flips it up and misses. Ryan Marks and Ramel Davis both visibly upset that no foul was called. And again, the Titans have a chance to run some clock. Playing keep away on the outside. The shot clock is down to 11. Nunnally tries to poke it loose. Columbus pull up jumper short. an air ball, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Drive from Millender. Millender, no good, and it didn't get the rim. So 56.8 on the clock. 8-point game, St. Francis ball, and a timeout called by the Fighting Saints. They need the best lineup on the floor at all times, so you fight your way back from 15 down, cut it to 4. It takes a lot out of you. And now St. Francis needs something crazy to happen in the final minute to come away with a victory. Ramel Davis gives it to Nunnally, over to Nick Nigo. A long three for Nigo, misses. Long rebound, tracked down by Richardson. Richardson gives it to Nunnally. Deep three, Nunnally. No good. And this time IUSB is able to grab it. And a foul called on Nigo. Colin Schmidt kind of threw an elbow at the end of that play, but I think they got Nigo for the foul before they would have called Schmidt. So he's going the other way for 1-1. The previous two possessions prior to that one, and at that point they were almost just desperate for a three. They're running out of time to get anything else. But the previous two possessions before that, they had a chance inside. Both times they were angling for a foul, didn't get the call. And the lack of a whistle hurt them. But that's how St. Francis plays. I mean, that's how they've found success, particularly in second halves. When they find themselves behind, a lot of times the go-to move is just get the ball inside. You got some strong players in there, get to the free throw line. They've taken 131 more free throws than their opponents coming into today. But they didn't get the calls they were looking for today as Richardson fires a three and misses. Mullen grabs the rebound, and that should do it. 10-point game, 20 seconds left, and Anabadarte does commit the foul. So Nick Mullen will go to the free throw line down on the other end. But I think elementary at this point, it looks like IUSB is going to come away with the victory. Still 1-1. Saints fought their way back into it. Down by 4 with 2.5 minutes left, but they haven't scored since. Nick Mullen has 9 points, one away from a double-double. He's got 10 rebounds. And now he's got that double-double. 10 points, 10 boards. One more free throw. Got them both. 67-55. Joffrey Nunnally, deep three. Rattles it in. Timeout called by Ryan Marks. 13.7 on the clock. Not that it matters. They make all their free throws anyway. They're 11 for 11. St. Francis is 12 for 13. Pretty impressive day from the foul line for both of those teams. It is traveling. It was inbounded to Millender, and Millender hit the deck immediately. He's called for the travel, so the Saints do force that turnover. Well, they need to hit another quick three and do it again 2 more times. Richardson into Nigo. Nigo has the fake, now fires the shot off the top of the rim, no good. Anabadarte grabs the rebound, and he's fouled going up. So Anabadarte gets a chance to pad his stats a little bit. It was not a great start to the day for him. He just wasn't able to find any room. He only attempted 1 shot in the first half. Didn't score. Here in the second half, he's got 8 points. There's number 9. So if he makes this free throw, 10 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocked shots. Pretty good day for a guy who has been off his game. Still has only attempted 4 field goals. And that's not something you ever want to see for your leading scorer. But the opportunities just have been difficult to come by. 67-60, 7.5 seconds to go. Again, the Saints will try to force the quick turnover. They were able to do it last time, not this time. Titans inbound to Quintez Columbus, and Columbus will try to set a new season high from the free throw line here.
Foul number 12, Don Jokiel, his second, team's 10th.
Foul was called on Don Jokin with 6.2 on the clock. 2 shots here for Columbus. 19 points in the game for him. He's 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Trying to keep his team's perfect day afloat. But he misses. First miss of the day for the Titans. They're 11 for 12. One more chance for Columbus to set a new season high. Connor Casper comes in late for the Fighting Saints. They do still have one timeout left. Second free throw is good. So he's got 20. It's an 8-point game. Saints have nobody in the backcourt, so they'll go the length of the floor to try to get the playoff here, but Colin Schmidt intercepts the long pass from Connor Casper, and he lets the clock run out. IUSB comes to Joliet and pulls the upset here. 68-60 our final score. That puts an end to St. Francis's 10-game winning streak.